Hello and welcome to my channel. In the summer of 2024, I shipped my converted American school bus from Halifax, Nova Scotia to Liverpool, England, and started my grand adventure. So far, I have visited 19 countries in Europe and North Africa with my bus and little Honda motorcycle. I've had a few unplanned adventures along the way, both good and not so good, but those are all part of living life. I hope to continue living full-time on the road for many years, so please subscribe to keep up to date on my progress, and maybe our paths will cross someday. Well, I'm still in Tunis after 6 days. It is now Thursday. I arrived here on Saturday morning, hoping to catch a ferry to Sicily. Figured it'd be a simple process, show up at the port, buy a ticket. Well, couldn't even get into the ticket office. It was probably a mistake not buying one online, but I couldn't buy one online because the websites didn't allow anything above 9 meters. So one of the guys said that I'd be able to buy a ticket in the office after everybody that purchased one online got theirs or whatever. So I ended up literally waiting around for like 6 hours. Short story, everything was full. Didn't get one. And while I was waiting, went back to the bus a few times, and one of the times felt the bus rock a little bit, so looked outside, didn't see anything, looked out the windows, and then poked through the window into the garage, and there were two youths in the garage trying to unstrap the motorcycle. Partially my mistake, because I thought I had locked the back door, but didn't bother checking it and didn't lock it. So I immediately scared them away. They ended up leaving their backpack and a jacket in the back. They didn't take anything. They were focused on the monkey. I'm not sure how they were going to get it out through the door, because the lift doesn't operate without a special switch. So that was more pride or nerves than anything. Didn't actually lose anything, but wasn't a good start to Tunis. Then ended up getting connected with two guys from the parking lot area, and I don't want to say scammers, but they did get me connected with well, basically turns out that the two shippers for the ferry port wouldn't take the bus because it's too big, 11 meters. So we had to go commercial. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. They carted me down to the commercial office of Grimaldi, got a price up to Rome or Civiceva or whatever the port is up there, and the price was quite shocking. So I said, what about Palermo or Salerno? And Palermo was still shocking, not quite as much. So, okay, so do that. Just basically get the hell out of here. And that was on Monday. The ferry is going to leave today, Thursday. That's the goal. So bought my ticket. Had to pay them off as well. So basically I've been just hanging out here on the street for 4 days, waiting for the ferry waiting for the day of the ferry. So it's 11 o'clock Thursday morning. About 11:30, one of the guys is going to bring me over to the commercial port. Ferry leaves at 7:30. I don't even know if I'm going on the ferry. I haven't asked the question. I'm just going to show up at the ferry port, assuming I'm going with the bus. I mean, it takes trucks, so I'm assuming the drivers go with it. I'm going to put up a stink if I don't get to go on the boat. I'll be prepared to do, take a plane or whatever the option is. It's just not leaving a good taste in my mouth for Tunis, certainly. The rest of the trip through North Africa, Algeria and the western part of Tunisia was great. even had a situation in Tabarka where I bought an item, ended up paying too much because of the conversion rate between dirham and euros, and the guy actually tracked me down on the street as I was walking away to give me money back. So certainly very honest people here in Tunisia. I'm just, it's been 5 days, 6 days longer than I expected to be here. Like I said, I just want to get out of here, get to Italy, and continue my journey. So hopefully I'll have a good update. I'm not going to film anything on the way over because one of the guys is probably going to ride with me. I just want to be done with this. So I will hopefully get some sort of update. At the very least, hopefully arriving at the port in Palermo. That would be the best option. So I will let you know what transpires. Well, update number 2 from Tunis on April 16th. It is now 20 minutes of 1. Just got a call from one of my guys, and he said he'll be here at 1 o'clock. I was expecting him to be here at 11:30, but 1 o'clock would be okay, I guess. I did look at the paperwork and found out the ship I'm going to be on, and it is a proper ferry, so it isn't just a freighter, and it's got seats and cabins and all that stuff and food, so looks like it'll be a proper crossing. So it's just a matter of getting to the commercial ferry port, and I don't know if it goes from there to the normal ferry port to load the cars. I'm not sure what the process is, but I mean, if I knew exactly where I was going, I'd go by myself, but I guess I gotta wait for these guys because they're holding all the information. I do have my paperwork for the ticket, so that's good. So another 20 minutes here, hopefully, and then scoot across town to the commercial ferry port and hopefully get on board. So I'll give you an update when something else happens. Well, I'm feeling better now. What time is it? It's 20 past 3. My two, I guess I'll call them handlers, brought me to the port. I thought I was going to the commercial port, which was on the other side of town, but ended up going back to the same port I went to Saturday. And as soon as they parked me up, they disappeared. They just told me how to go to the Grimaldi window, and then they were gone. So I don't think they want to be anywhere near the officials. So I went to the Grimaldi window, got a sticker and another piece of paper. Then he told me to go down to the commercial port, which was just 100 yards down the road. So I came down here, drove in the wrong way, but what the hell. And one of the guys here speaks Italian, which doesn't really do me much good, but he drove me back to, I guess, the other ticket office, whatever, and the paperwork worked. Ended up getting another slip of paper and had to pay 5 dirham for some paperwork fee, and then the guy that was doing the work tried to shake me down for some more money, and the guy from the port here that drove me back just took 10 dirham from me and gave it to the other guy. So just handouts, everywhere. So now I'm back at the commercial port and hanging out in this gravel lot until something else happens. But it looks like I have my paperwork in order, and you can just see the top of the ship over there. Looks like they're unloading it still. Lots of trucks and Toyota Hiaces, the vans coming off. So, like I said, I'm feeling better, making progress. I think I'm actually gonna get out of Tunis tonight and see Italy tomorrow. So again, I'll keep you updated as I make more progress. Another quick update. It's 5:30, still in the port. Making progress though, going back and forth between, I guess, customs, passport control. The big problem was I had the monkey, but apparently when I came into Tunisia, they didn't give me any paperwork for it. So when I'm trying to leave without paperwork for it, it caused a big hassle. But I showed them the original paperwork, you know, my title and registration, and they took a look at the bike, and I guess it all got ironed over. So that doesn't seem to be a problem right now. I think I'm waiting, I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. Either more customs or more passport control. But it's been an experience in here. I've got 2 guys helping me, and they're actually helping. So that's a nice change. They're doing running around, getting pictures and paperwork and everything. So I think I'm going to make the ferry tonight. So I'll get you updated as soon as I can. Hopefully this will be the last update on land for a while. I got my passport stamped out of Tunisia. Got it stamped twice for some reason. I've got one final piece of paperwork for the police, one for customs, but I think if I understood everything, I'm waiting in line for, I guess this ferry goes to Salerno and maybe somewhere else. So the I even forgot where I'm going. On to Sicily, Palermo. So Palermo gets loaded last. So I'm gonna hang out here for an hour or so. It's 6:15. So basically I'm just gonna wait here till they start loading the Palermo people. I do have a cabin, which I wasn't aware of. That was one of the little tickets I got early on in the process. So good progress. Yeah, the biggest stumbling point was, I guess, the missing paperwork for the monkey, but they just kind of ignored it, I think. So just hanging out and waiting my turn. So hopefully the next update will be from on the boat. Just had the final search by the police and customs here just before getting on the ship. So they were searching around underneath, on top, everywhere in the bus. So that's all done, and I'm ready to board the ship. Just gonna wait for this other container to get out of my way, and then we'll be good to go. I don't even know what time it is, but making good progress here finally. I'm on the ship, yay! I've got a cabin. It's a shared cabin, so I'll have a roomie, I guess. But it's a bed, I guess. So let's see what. Yeah, typical shower, toilet. So I think this thing probably leaves at midnight. Yeah, I think this ship leaves at midnight and then gets in at 4 or 6 tomorrow afternoon to Palermo. So I'm just going to chill and relax a little bit. It is 20 minutes of 8. So it's been quite an ordeal. A few dollars lighter in my wallet today, but I'll go over all that. And ultimately, the experience was, I don't want to say reasonable, but better than it started off. So it kind of got better as it went. So that's a good way to have it. But I'll see if I can get some pictures or something tomorrow when the sun is up. But good news, I'm on the boat with the bus.